Good evening. How are you? This is the Cosmic Watch. I'm Franklin, your astrologer, and it's a new start. It's always a new beginning. It's so good to wake up to a new consciousness and to know that nothing that has ever happened to you, nothing you've ever suffered, is permanent. No damage has been done. You get to start over again with a new consciousness every time a new day starts. Every day is a new miracle. And here's Karen joining us in the chat room here on the Cosmic Watch. We ask our subscribers to join us and be a part of this next hour. And Karen is up first for a reading tonight. And Karen, we have the new moon that started this morning, and that new moon is a time for planting new seeds, new ideas, new projects starting. So that's the moon we're under, and that new moon actually rose in Capricorn, but very quickly has now changed over to Aquarius. The inventive souls, right? See, when you have the moon at Aquarius, you are literally planting the seeds of something new. You're the inventor. You get to plan out. So, Karen, as we get underway tonight, if I look at where you are right now, okay, there you are connecting, right? That's your intuition, the the cat on the bottom, and you're totally tuned in. You're ready to breathe the air with the rest of us and share what's going on with you. So this is you, and you're sitting in a very comfortable spot. So let's see what's about to come. What is on the way for Karen? What is in your path? I think it's me. this is a guide that you ask questions of, and of course that's exactly what we're doing. So this tells me that I'm the person who can tell you what you need to hear, what you need to hear to be able to put it into action. Karen says, finally cut the ties from the old the boyfriend, and we'll be forever the end. All right. Now that's exactly what's going on. You have found the way, Karen, to be in control. You, right? You decided that this man was using you, was using your good nature, your openness, your forgiveness of other people, and it just shows what a good person you are, that you were able to endure this. You saw what was happening long before you actually cut it off, because you were able to forgive. You were able to to give them another chance. And this is what happens so often. People like this man are stuck in their own past. Why? Because they didn't learn anything from it. So they're having to repeat the same thing over and over and over again until they finally learn the karmic lesson. Who knows if they ever will? Some people don't get it in this lifetime, right? So what we want to look at now, Karen, is the result. What what is going to come of you being able to rid yourself of what was actually holding you down, what was holding you back. Karen says, do you see a new love? Because that was the reason that this person was able to get into your life, is because you mistakenly thought they were one that had been sent to you. And they played that role. They played that up to the hilt. So, do we see a new love coming in now that you have room for it in your life? Yes, yes, yes. This is you, the nurturer, the mother, the one who takes care of people so well that they sometimes cling to you too much. Those who would take advantage of other people see this as a weakness in you when it's really your strength. They just don't understand. They don't get it. Karen says, I absolutely was blocking, and boy, isn't that the truth? So this is actually the outcome, Karen. This is the best that can happen. This is what you know is supposed to turn out. This is you being able to give back. You've been nurtured yourself. This is why you're so good at it, and why you need to have someone to love, to have someone to really open your heart up to, that you can be honest with, and to get what you were not getting from this guy was honest feedback. He was just bull. He was leading you down the rabbit hole of whatever the plan was. People use people just with no conscience. It's a terrible thing. So, Karen, yes, he was he was really as bad as he could be, because um, you allowed it. No, not so much that you allowed it. It's just that you were exactly what he was looking for. He had a plan from the beginning, and it worked. Right? I mean, he pushed the right buttons, and that's exactly what people do to us. They either make us angry so we can't think, or they make us fall in love with them so we can't think. It's other people are breathing the same air that you're breathing. We're all breathing the same molecules that people have been breathing since the beginning of time. They just recycle and they come back. And in that air that we breathe is everything. It's all the results, the consequences, the good and bad karma of everybody that's been on this planet since day one. And we're all sharing that air. We're all recycling it within ourselves so we can pass it along. We all share the air. It's that air that we have to breathe that brings us people like this one that 7 years ago found their way into Karen's life. So Karen, right now, how do you see yourself? How do you see what's going on right now? And you see the next logical step. You see you having someone worth the effort of taking care of. So is there new love coming? Yes, there is. There is someone that you are going to nurture and have it returned. Imagine all that effort you put into this man if it had actually been returned. How wonderful it would have been. And that's what the future is. And you see it. This is how you see yourself. The next step is that you are going to find the right person. And it's great. It really is. Alberto joins us in the chat room as saying hello. Alberto, has the new moon caused you to plant some new seeds of new things that are going on with you? You're very welcome, Karen. It's there's really more to come. We'll get back in just a second, Karen. Let me open for Alberto here and see what is going on right now with Alberto. Is looking for the happy relationship. Yes, trying to take that next step with a person that you seem to be with now, Alberto. Have you actually? Is this you looking for a new one, or that you have found one right now? Alberto says, not really, same here, still dealing with my person of interest. Yeah. Okay. So is that who we're looking at here? No, there's something new coming, Alberto, and this is by way of maybe the work that you do, someone that you do a really great job for, someone who's going to praise your work, set you up on a pedestal, and tell you that you are the one that can change their life. Yeah. So let's see where that goes. Where is it going? Where is it going to take you to? What will be the results? Is you opening yourself up. This is a 9. This is the end of a cycle. This shows that the old cycle that you've been trying to recover from has finally come to an end, Alberto. So what had been holding you back, keeping you from doing what you really wanted to do, and it may be because you had a particular person in your life that you had built this wall around yourself to protect yourself from flirtations of other people. And you got so used to doing that you've really shut people out. And so this is not necessarily a romantic interest. This is just other people that you've been shutting out of your life are ready to make an entry into your life and make a difference. And like we saw, see, I think this person is coming by way of what you do. And maybe someone who could even become a partner and help you to do better at what you're doing. But that's what's coming is this new opportunity to open yourself up to the world and to find out what's been out there that you've just been turning down out of hand and not really considering. Never say never. So there's so many different relationships and partnerships that we have. So many people that come into our lives. So, Alberto asking, how soon will this happen? And boy, isn't that always the question? The thing about guides and angels, they won't give you an answer on timing because the spirit world does not carry a watch. They don't have a calendar. One life melds into the next life. When an angel tells you your fate is about to come, they can mean in the next few lifetimes because it's all just one eternal life for those in the spirit world. So will this happen anytime soon? Let's see what sort of an answer they'll give us on this. Well, now that's very positive. That's very positive. This is your secret hopes coming to fruition. Yes, the things that you've been trying to bring into your life are here, knocking on the door, coming through as and something to look at though is the vegetation that's growing here would almost indicate springtime, and that's only 6 weeks away, right? So I think that's what we're looking at here. It's not going to happen in this blizzard that we're having right now. So possibly by the end of February, just next month. That's when things will begin to spring back out. So that's what you're looking at on the calendar there. Oh man! So if we switch back to Karen, we got to where Karen was seeing herself. So let's see, Karen. Let's see where the rest of the world is seeing you. How are you being seen by those around you as the motivator, the mover, the one who can save everybody else? These people needed to move to a better spot. See troubled water here, clear water over there. This is you, Karen. You're the motivation. You are going to take the people around you and make it better for them, and have a good happy group right there. So, what is Karen's wish right now? What are you wishing for? What would you have happen? Is a meeting of the minds. Yes, almost a meeting of opposites, right? You know how opposites attract. So, Karen, yes, this is what you're asking for. Is that perfect balance, that person that you can balance with. So what's going to happen here? What's the outcome of the whole reading for Karen? Where we go? Oh, wow. Karen says, well, having eye cataract surgery 130. Ooh, will this go well? That's exactly it. Yes. The the meds, the doctoring, everything will go great. This is you being watched over by your angels. They will be there with you, Karen. And that's what you were looking at here was to get your two eyes balanced again, right? Was to find that and yes, you see what the angel is doing is mixing divine will with human will, with your will, Karen. Your angels want the same thing you want, and yeah. So no need to be nervous over this because it really will be taken care of, and it's going to make you so much better to have your vision back to where you want it. Well, I know when I got the laser surgery on my cataracts, it was just amazing. I mean, no, a minute later, suddenly you can see. And here's Larry joining us in the chat room now. Larry, I bet you're snowed in up in Michigan, aren't you? I think the blizzard has come through today. If Let's see what's going on with Larry tonight. Okay, there he is, and releasing it, letting the past go, letting the old gaining altitude. That's the hawk. That could be the condor there. This is Larry. This is you wanting to get higher and higher. Probably in a monetary way. You're wanting to stop being tied down to the ground and release the eagle or whatever it is you're releasing to let it soar and get above those thermals and to rise higher and higher and to be flying. Remember your dream of flying through the house on the hill. That's what this is. That's you watching yourself fly through that house, recognizing those rooms, knowing that someday you're going to be there. And we've seen that several times before, and it looks very good. You releasing the past means letting go of everything that's been holding you back. And here's Heather joining us in the chat room now, saying good evening. How am I doing? And how's Amy's recovery from surgery? Amy's my daughter. She also works on the line here as a psychic, and she had a mystery pain that she has been trying to deal with for 10 or 15 years. And finally found a doctor who was able to diagnose a tear in her side. And yes, they did the surgery, and I think it's going to do great. She's recovering, and she's of course very important to me but also my children and my grandchildren uh, have so much more psychic ability than I do. It's like they take what I have to the next level, and it's it really shows you how knowledge passes along psychically from generation to generation. I mean, it's automatic. It's there. Heather says, "Good. I try not to to pester too much." Well, now listen, Heather. Let's see where you are tonight. If I pull a card on Heather, where where is she sitting right now? Hmm. Trying to trying to figure out how to make some money, it looks like, Heather. Are you going to go back to school? Going to learn something new? What uh what is this? This is the student. This is the learning something, picking up a new trade or something of that sort. Cody now joining us in the chat room. I've been very good, Cody. I was what did I see this afternoon, Cody, when I was thinking of you? Jack Benny. I was watching an old uh, put together of Jack Benny's old TV show. Benny, who could do more with a dramatic pause than most people could do telling jokes. You know? and they were going through Milton Berle and all of the early 50s comedians showing how they had created television. That television had no format. They literally had to make it up as they went along, and to see people like Benny with Bing Crosby was the guest star, right? And Benny jumps on his back nervously at one point, and Bing Crosby says, "This is the way I used to carry Hope in all the movies." So I was thinking of you, Cody, when I saw all that, because you have such a connection to those 50s performers. Mr. TV, Milton Berle was such an inventive soul, and one of the other persons who were featured on that show today was Steve Allen. Steve Allen, who invented the talk show, and what it really showed me was that Jack Benny on his program, which was on for like 15 years, it was a program about making a TV show. The his wife was the female performer. They had, and it was just like a Tonight Show almost, because he would come out, rather than sitting at the desk, he would bring out the star, and then they would just stand there and talk, and then they would do skits and music and everything as they went along. But the the thing about Jack Benny was that he also had the Phil Harris, the band leader, the celebrity type band leader that he could do jokes with, and this is really what evolved into the Tonight Show band and the whole format there. So, but Steve Allen actually came up with the concept of the talk show. He started in New York on one network, and then the next year switched over to the other network, and literally invented a whole genre of entertainment that just walked right off of the vaudeville stage, and let's try to do something here. Cody says Jack Benny comedy goes back to his vaudeville days. Yes. Another guy that they showed was Red Skelton. And they say Red Skelton was a orphan child who was taken in by clowns. He was adopted by circus clowns and grew up in performing, on all sorts of different stages, and was the best mime that I've ever seen. Red Skelton could do more with just his body to make you laugh than most people ever could. Heather says, is it the foster parent training I started? Oh, looking for a new job. Yes. Heather, that is the new training that you're taking. And the thing of it is, this is going to work out great. This is you being able to deliver what you have, to take your message to this new job, and be able to really do a great job as a foster parent. I mean, this must just be exactly what you want to do. So, are you going to find the right one to parent? Yes. It's almost like you're going to find your own inner child. That's what this is. You see the child under the seat there. That's going to work out great. It really is. Cody says Orson Welles called Ed Wynn the perfect fool. Ed Wynn was also in this this program, and he's as comical as anyone who's ever appeared, right? And did so much physical humor. And then this is really what was brought over from the vaudeville stage in the TV, was this fill the stage, right, and put some action out there. They on the clip from Milton Berle, they opened the show with Berle on the little bitty TV screen, and a guy throwing his shoe at Berle, right, and hitting him in the TV screen there. So it wasn't all fans in the beginning. There were a lot of critics. There were people who called early television a complete wasteland. That it was the worst thing that had ever been on. Cody says Ed Wynn goes way back in the vaudeville in the early 1900s. Yes, when it was traveling shows that there was a vaudeville theater in every town, and just like the comedians of today, the vaudeville actors had to go to the crowds, right? They all accused each other of stealing each other's jokes. Well, of course they did. It was really a community effort. There was the thing that never really came together in Hollywood was the family idea, right, of performers all being together and being one big family, because in Hollywood they cut it up into different studios, and they were all highly competitive of each other, all trying to cut each other's throats instead of trying to work together. And it's Cody says, I remember the scene that I love with Milton Berle. Berle would literally do anything for a laugh, and that is That is his contribution to the entertainment field. Is think about how many comedians followed that that template of going a little bit further, a little bit further out, getting a little bit sillier, and just being able to communicate with people. If you can make people laugh, you've warmed their heart. You've connected with them, and this is what we all try to do. This is the whole point of doing astrology, of reading cards, is to share the different stories that we have set up about these. All of the great teachers throughout history have used parables, fables, stories. Uh, Moses writing the Bible, right? He's telling us stories about timeless themes. You know, it's and television has become such a great way of storytelling, and this is how we pass our thoughts along to the next generation, having it all on film. Cody says Milton Berle and Jackie Gleason. Oh, he's cracked me up with their situation comedy on their variety shows, and it's that was something that was literally invented on radio, and then it switched right in to the say Ozzy and Harriet. See, on the radio show, Ozzy is a band leader, right? And he had a funny voice, so of course they put him on the radio. And to save money, he hired his family to be the other stars on the program. And they of course go to Hollywood and become the Nelson family on television. And Ozzy, being a band leader, knew all of the people in the recording industry, and he, for Ricky Nelson, for his 16th birthday, was given a recording session with Imperial Records, the out of New Orleans, where Fats Domino recorded. Fats Domino was the only artist, I believe, at one time on Imperial. And Fats Domino is the man who invented rock and roll. In 53 and 54, the Fat Man, and just an incredible series of single hits. I dare you to name a Fats Domino album. Fats could sell 500,000 singles from what was getting played on jukeboxes. That was the medium for music, was the jukeboxes in the dance halls. And Fats Domino was the man who invents the whole sound, and Ricky Nelson happened to be in the right place at the right time, and got to record with some of the greatest musicians of the time. Here's a 16-year-old kid who's never made a record, and he's got James Burton playing guitar for him. And this was because of his dad, right? Ozzy knew these people, and he was able to put Ricky with the right ones, and he didn't get distracted. And it was such an awful ending when in the 70s, when Nelson and his entire band crashed in an airplane. It was that was a terrible tragedy. but it's it affected us all because we had grown up watching that family. I mean, literally, they were a part of our family. Yeah. Oh man. Um, some of the characters Cody is talking now about some of the characters that Red Skelton did, and Freddie the Freeloader is the best. There's never been someone that everybody could identify the way they did with Freddie the Freeloader, because Freddie made it hard on the cops, right? He beat them. Everybody could identify with that. Yeah. So as television went along, we get into the protest era and the Smothers Brothers and Tommy Smothers. Just a week or two ago, Tommy Smothers died, and he was one of the most creative people who have ever been on television, and he hated censorship. He couldn't stand censorship of anything that they did, and of course that's how they lost the number one show in America. And when the Smothers Brothers first started performing, they were in college, and they did a folk act. Of course, they would come out and they would start playing some folk song, and Tommy would screw it up, and then he would say, "Oh, I meant to do that," and then they would start their comedy bit. But Tommy always hired the best writers. Where did Steve Martin come from? He was a writer on the Smothers Brothers show. It was just remarkable the talent that they brought on, such as the greatest folk singer of all time, Pete Seeger. And Pete Seeger was a protest singer before Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan literally takes Pete Seeger and all of the people, Guthrie, all of them, takes their protest ideas to a new level of telling the government, we know what you're doing. We see this, and you're not getting away with anything. And this was what Tommy Smothers did with the Smothers Brothers show. They exposed so many things that were wrong about show business and about especially CBS television, which was owned by the most conservative people in the world. They and they kowtowed to them. They were very much in bed with government people, and the protesting of the Vietnam War turned into the death knell of so many people, because protesters in the 1960s, the original protesters were they put dogs on them. And they turned the hose on them, right? They beat them. It was ridiculous. And the blowback from that is what ended the Vietnam War. Here's Heather saying, "You guys have me looking these names up. I recognize some faces but not names." Yeah, well, see, I'm 70. I'll be 74 years old here in another month or so. And the 50s, to me, I got to see all of that. I literally grew up watching TV. That was my babysitter. Go watch TV. So Truly, I can remember these people the same way that you must remember, say, Andy Griffith, right? Don Knotts, and you know, in about 1960. That's that's where all of that comes out of. Um, the uh, the uh, the the faces are what really stick around. There are people that we meet through video, and you know, think about think about this. The the reason that Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone was as a hearing aid. In the receiver up in your ear, of course. Bell amplified sound for a hearing aid. That was the whole purpose of talking to the assistant in the next room. People were going to be able to hear, and now we have Bell's telephonic hearing aid system is being used to scam us via satellite, right? It's things can go so badly. It's and talking about all these people on TV. Think about videos now. There's such an overwhelming number of videos new every single day that we get to the point of disbelief in everything. And this is what the proliferation of so many videos has done. People, when when you try to bring up every point, every side of every argument, you get too much information. There's a point where by feeding you too much information, you can be taken advantage of. Think about what has happened with healthcare in this country. The reason that we never took the Canadian system and gave health care to everybody the way it should be is because the insurance companies spent billions of dollars to discredit the Canadian system, saying, well, you have to wait weeks in order to get surgery. Well, of course you do. No, nobody walks into surgery the next day. You always wait a week or two. They cherry pick these ideas. It was like the cigarette people. When the Surgeon General first said cigarettes are bad for you, the cigarette industry went out and found their own experts who said cigarettes are good for you. Menthol cigarettes heal your lungs. Spending billions of dollars to cover, to give you too much information where you can't get away from it. It's overkill, and overkill is such a government idea. It's when the government does anything, they overdo it, so they can set an example. Right? They don't want to ever have to do this again. We're going to be so harsh that, and that's it's such a shame. Cody says you've got to see Mr. Television, Mr. Saturday Night, Mr. Sunday, Walt Disney, Arthur Godfrey, and all the great talent people. See, Arthur Godfrey is one of those who came from radio too. Hawaii, Hawaii, Hawaii. Arthur Godfrey was the first voice on radio that was friendly, normal. Everybody else was an announcer. And Arthur Godfrey got the idea of just taking it easy, man. Just, hey, let's just all have a good time. He wore a Hawaiian shirt to work. You know? But Mr. Godfrey was made radio a companion, and this is something that has always been a part of the entertainment business, is that it is a companion for those who are shut in. The blind, they depend on radio, and it's such a wonderful medium, such a wonderful way of having a companion with you at all times. Television was always done for groups, for big rooms of people, whereas radio has always been personal, and this is why headphones became so popular. People having their own little world inside of their headphones. Cody says, sponsored by the Lipton Company and the yes. Think about how many products have been sold, and truly, that is the reason for both radio and television. It was never to put entertainment on; it was to play commercials. This was the whole point. Radio is invented to save sinking ships at sea. They can radio in. They can let people know where they are. That was the whole point of point to point. And then much later on, they decide that maybe we could put music on there somehow, or maybe we could put a ball game on there, and things grow. Things have to happen in a logical order. One thing has to happen for another thing to happen, and this is why astrology is a way of tracking the past to predict the future. That's the whole point. And the different personalities with common birth dates, right? The different signs. These are allegorical stories, just like the stories in the Bible, just like Aesop's fables. They're all stories that wrap around and tell us that if we were born today, we are a Capricorn, right? And Capricorns are practical, and they're very, they learn through experience. That's what we always know about the Capricorn. Success will come from hard work. Capricorns stick to it, and they learn as they go. They're realistic. They're completely practical because they're an earth sign, right? All earth signs are. And earth signs, especially the Capricorns, are sense oriented. So earth signs go together very well with water signs, because water signs are all about emotion, having intuition. So earth and water go together. So that leaves us the other two, which go together even better: fire signs and air signs. Oxygen, right? Fire signs are all about action. They're warm, they're dynamic. Air signs are all about thought. Action, thought. Man, you put the two together. Mix an air sign with a fire sign, and there's an explosion, man. These are the people who literally cannot live without each other. They need that that push that they get from each other. But that that the mm, the tarot card for Capricorn is the world, the finish, the final card. You've made it. You have succeeded through hard work, and that's what Capricorns are all about. And if you were born today on January the 12th of 2024, you're a Capricorn. Your moon sign, rising sign is Aquarius. You're inventive, and you're going to invent very practical things. And your numerology adds up to 12. So you're a 1 plus 2 equals 3. 1 is action. 2 is working with other people, cooperating, and you end up with a 3. You're able to express what's in your heart. You give honest feedback to other people, and they love you for it. And that's what Capricorn is all about. And that's just about our hour for tonight. And I'd like to thank all of our participants in the chat room tonight for being the program and letting us look into their lives and see the similarities that are happening for all of us. And here's Cody asking for a card. Yes, before we get out of here, let's just do that. Oh, Cody, for you right now, man, look at that. You're so happy you're dancing. You've got both hands full of exactly what you want, right? You got on your dancing clothes, and you're having a great time, man. That's that's a very happy. And the deuce is cooperation. It's you maybe getting a second job or getting new things to do on the job, and truly enjoying what you do. That's what this card is you doing work that's not work to you, that you enjoy, and that's great. That's where we all want to be, right? So thanks to everybody for being on the show tonight. Remember to hit the thumbs up button to show your support, and also don't forget to check out the different things that we have here on YouTube. We have the videos for the horoscopes, and even for not only for this month but for the 2 months ahead, so you can plan and see what's going on. And all of us, myself, my daughter, all the psychics are available to you at weforetell.com. So thank you for being here and being a part of the show. And we will see you next time, same place, same time, and the same station on the Cosmic Watch.